Our final presenter, last but certainly not least, is a writer, independent curator, musician, and cycling advocate with the most epic beard. Most recently, he has been working on an exciting public art project that was prominently featured at the Love and Records Music Festival. He's here to talk about public art's role in creating an inclusive and vibrant community. Welcome, Tyler Stewart.
Thanks. Don't worry, folks. You've made it this far. When I stop talking, they'll open the bar. So I'm going to talk about how we can build community through public art. But first, I want to talk about the concept of pluralism, which I believe to be one of the most important ideas we can investigate and pursue within society today. So the concept of pluralism holds that there are many different viewpoints and value sets that can be equally valid, yet in conflict with each other. In the words of the Global Center for Pluralism, which was founded in Ottawa in 2006 by spiritual leader His Highness the Aga Khan, the world we seek is not a world where difference is erased, but where difference can be a powerful force for good, helping us to fashion a new sense of cooperation and coherence and to build a better life for all. So pluralism is not diversity, but an engagement with diverse values. Pluralism is not tolerance, but an active seeking of understanding across lines of difference. And most importantly, pluralism is an ongoing dialogue with others for continual learning and growth, both individually and as a community. So this dialogue reveals both common understandings and real differences. Too often, diversity is a driver of conflict between different groups rather than a bridge towards new understandings. So what is the role then of public art in building community? Art can introduce us to new ideas and challenge us to think in new ways, exactly in line with the concepts of pluralism. But if art galleries and museums are already doing this kind of stuff on a regular basis, why don't we just let them do that there? Well, museums and galleries provide an important function in our community, but they also can create barriers to participation. Often the perception is that these institutions are for the educated and affluent members of society, and while there is an ongoing concerted effort to make these facilities more inclusive and welcoming, for many people, cultural institutions are intimidating structures that may represent the same forces that have oppressed their ideas and culture over the past 150 years or more. Therefore, if we move the ideas and the artworks outside the confines of the museum and gallery walls, we introduce conversations into the public realm in a way that other forms of media might not be able to. While literature, poetry, music, and film can all investigate similar ideas, public art places the emphasis on a physical representation of an idea, making the commitment to public dialogue and discussion in a tangible and transparent manner. So this brings us to the concept of placemaking. By creating physical environments where ideas can be exchanged, concepts of pluralism are encouraged by the community and within the community. So just like if we build a bike lane that shows a commitment to encouraging cycling as a mode of transportation, if we build public art structures which go beyond simple beautification of a space in order to incite real dialogue within the community, this shows a civic commitment to creating a pluralist society, welcoming difference as a driver for learning, not as a wedge that divides us. So public art can then create landscapes of cultural exchange where people come together to interact around ideas that might challenge or provoke them into new ways of thinking. It can also serve a role in reconciliation and create new understandings of how the community can come together. A recent example here in Lethbridge demonstrates the power of public art quite perfectly, I think. The artist Sarah Russell created a very thoughtful and successful installation that took the Blackfoot symbol for unity as inspiration. And after this work was vandalized, the community came together to assist her in replacing and repairing elements of this artwork, itself an act of unity that encouraged members of the public to learn in a more direct manner. So even when public art projects face challenges, they create an opportunity for public dialogue and learning. Public art with social relevance can not only open people's minds to new ideas and ways of thinking, but transform community spaces into profound places of emotional learning. By creating experience that can be felt by many people collectively, public art is able to achieve a lasting impression upon the people it affects. And in creating these landscapes of cultural exchange, we invite more dialogue, conversations, and learning between the members of our community. So public art is not a nice-to-have feature of a progressive community, but a requirement for a society that wants to respect and understand differences between cultures. This means we also need to place emphasis on commissioning public art projects that investigate deeper, more complex ideas. Art that serves only to beautify public spaces is great, but it's simply not good enough anymore. To create stronger, more resilient communities that appreciate and respect differences, the public art of our city must go beyond pretty and cheerful to provoke deeper thinking from its citizens. In a time where the world has become increasingly fractured through hyper-partisan politics, we must encourage community building through public art now more than ever. Thanks.
And that, my friends, is Ignite.